10 seconds now. They'll blast their way past the marshal's boat with a yellow flag. Start is only properly on if that's a green flag. They'll pass the boat before the line. Oh, that's going to be... Oh, there's a jump start for Aoki at least, and maybe even Blue Rising as well. I don't believe it.
I think you might be right. We need to be paying attention to that, because that could quite easily be the case, which would mean, if that does happen, it would be a net lead now for Sarah Price and Team Westbrook.
Oh, Alula not having the luck today, is she? That was definitely a jump start for Aoki, and potentially, as we say, the second place boat as well. In the meantime then, Westbrook, you've just mentioned them. Sarah Price blasting up alongside now her fellow American John Peters. There is John over to our right-hand side as we get up to the far end of the course. They cannot take long or short laps on the first of the 6 laps here, but can you believe it? After all of the surprises and problems and penalties we've had, even a disqualification for Aoki in one of the earlier races, they're in trouble again.
And as suspected, they are under investigation. We might see long lap penalties coming that way, and while the teams wait for that, maybe that means that Michelle Alabadan and Aoki will try and do that short lap, because if they do get that penalty, they need to make as much time up as they can now.
Wow, this really now brings tactics into the equation even more than usual. They are all in contact with their teams back at base, who of course are following these pictures. Look at that in the background. That got really close there. Do Brazil have a problem? I don't know whether there was contact there, but Alula and Brazil were very, very close, and it almost looked as though Brazil was stopping. Hopefully they got going again. There is Drogba, and where are they at the moment? They're down in that 5th position. So, sorry, I say Brazil. Drogba, I should have said, with the yellow flashes there as we come into the short lap. So there was definitely some sort of issue there with Drogba towards the back of the field, and they're now trying to gain some track space, aren't they? I don't know whether they actually hit each other, Saunders, but something dramatic happened there at that last corner between Drogba, who we're now on board with, and Alula.
And now the 3 of them at the back of Team Westbrook, Drogba and Alula, all coming together pretty close, trying to keep that gap in order to not get each other's wake. And we can confirm that there has been long lap penalties given, Greg.
Okay, so did the others get away with it? Because it was very, very tight with Blue Rising as well. And don't forget now then, they need to do what will be a total of 2 long laps, because they have to do 1 anyway. That's the rules. 1 long, 1 short. Alula then going around their long lap, as you can see for yourself.
Now, we've seen it's not impossible for them to make amends from this and continue to finish in the top 3 and get into that all-important final. But their work is cut out for them. It's going to be about strategy, it's going to be about communication, and it's going to be about making this dream still be alive.
Yeah, well, at least Alabadan is in the best possible place, isn't she? I.e. at the front of the race. But as you can see for yourself, look, that's potentially a 20-second deficit. You need to get in there cleanly, get out of there cleanly. Will this be one of those now? 2 required long laps. Yes, it is. Or let's have a look. No, she's not. Maybe it's just a last-minute change. They're continuing on the main course, but Blue Rising are definitely going for their long lap, as you can see. So Blue Rising would have now completed their long and short laps. It's going to be close with Sarah Price if she takes the normal route. Let's see whether she follows through. She has done the normal route. Look, they're going to be very, very close. That's Westbrook there with the red boat. Here come Blue Rising, but effectively Blue Rising, well, they're ahead on the water anyway, aren't they? And that's fine for them, because the red boat there coming up alongside, oh, look how tight it is. They still need to take a long lap though.
That's great strategy. That's what you want to achieve, taking a long lap, is to come out in front of your competitor still, not lose any time or position. And then Team Westbrook, you're sitting in the back behind Blue Rising, catching all their wake and causing yourself imbalance. And all it does is do exactly what we're seeing right now, is make that gap bigger.
Katie Munnings, in the meantime, for Alula, is in 5th position. She is not as far behind as it looks. There's still 1 more short lap, but there was some sort of incident earlier on, wasn't there, between them and with Drogba. So Sarah Price then now shown as in 2nd position. There you see Westbrook in 2nd as we look down. There's Blue Rising in 3rd place. Don't forget your leaders still need to take 2 long laps. 1 is a penalty for jumping the start, but no, not yet for Aoki. They're going around the main course. So what Michelle Alabadan is trying to do, the pilot there from Saudi Arabia, here she is pull as far away as possible without the wake of anybody else disturbing her. And then how close is it going to be? I mean, it's looking very good, isn't it, at the moment for Westbrook, because it's 7 seconds, Saunders, and there's still 2 more long laps to do for this team.
They haven't got to look too far in the past to see how doing 2 long lap penalties and still winning a race is possible. It was his teammate that did that only in Dubrovnik.
Yeah, Danny Kloss, of course, who's watching the Catalan pilot from the sidelines at the moment. But as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we're on to lap 5 of 6. You can hear some team communication going on there from the cockpit in the background. So it's got to be these 2 laps. Now we've only got 2 laps left. So how close is this going to be? But surely now this is looking excellent, isn't it, for Westbrook Racing in that second position.
Sarah Price also still has that long lap to do as well, so this lap in particular, it could be very interesting. Is Sarah Price going to follow Team Aoki into the long lap, or wait till that crucial final lap and try and get it done there?
Yeah, will she go around, I wonder, for one more lap, because she only needs to take one, doesn't she? Whereas this pink and blue boat needs to take two. So will we see? Let's have a look. We know the pink boat's going to go around the long lap, of course. Let's see what Westbrook Racing do. Are they going to have that nice clear space? Yeah, it's exactly what they've done, look. Westbrook carry on. So they don't have the wake. Of course, it's Aoki now with the wake. So this is now going to be a straight race to the checkered flag. One more lap to go. Westbrook leads Aoki. That's going to get tight with Blue Rising. But the two at the front still have one more long lap. So does this now bring Blue Rising with John Peters into the equation, I wonder? Because he's in third place, Saunders, but his long laps and short laps, they're all done.
I think it does. You know, Aoki, they need to push now. They need to get rid of that deficit, and they need to make sure that if they go into that long lap, they're not going to lose another position. This is potentially going from lead to third place.
Oh, this is going to be absolutely spectacular. Drogba hit Alula, then I said there'd been some contact at the end of that first lap, and that's why they have an additional long lap penalty there towards the back of the field anyway in this one, and almost certainly then going now into the place race. But this is not just for a position then, the top three in the finals later, but also lane position as well, as Saunders has already said. And look how close Blue Rising are to the back. They're definitely going to jump Aoki when they take their second long lap. But the question here really is, how close are Westbrook, the current leaders, going to be to Blue Rising? There's Westbrook on the left-hand side. They're going around the long lap. Blue Rising do not need to do that long lap.
It's actually, there's 8 seconds difference, and we know you can lose pretty much 10 seconds into that long lap. It all depends on how quickly they've been going around. This is the crunch zone. It could be close, but Team Westbrook still going to stay out in the lead.
Oh, that was as close as you like. They could see their quarry in front of them, couldn't they? There, flashing in, and that behind that's going to be really tight as well with Alula and Aoki, who managed to get that third place. Aoki just with Katie Munnings and Alula slotting into fourth. That is the difference then for Katie Munnings and for Alula between the final and the place race. So it looks as though Aoki, just by the skin of their teeth, will be in the final, and certainly Westbrook will. They will be in lane 3 for the final later. Blue Rising second. What a charge there from Peters. And third, what a dramatic way. Aoki are really not making life easy for themselves one way or another this weekend here at Lago Maggiore. Alula are fourth, and then as you can see, Drogba will be in that 5th position after that penalty for hitting Alula. You've got to feel for Katie Munnings, because she was in close attendance to the top 3 and got hit there by Drogba at the end of the opening lap. It pushed them right to the back of the pack.
Aoki having a difficult day, but still live to fight another day and crucially get into that all-important final, where in one final's time there'll be those all-important points up for grabs.